Good afternoon, groovy citizens, and happy Saturday to each and every one of you. So it is now almost 12:30, so I hope that you all have been able to get up, get things done, and sit back and just chill. I don't know about where you live, but honey, old man winter has come back to visit. Right now it is 35 degrees outside, okay, and quite windy. Actually, when I woke up this morning, I could hear a lot of wind, and I think it is supposed to be quite windy today. However, today is going to be a great day nonetheless. I'm going to finish up this video, upload it, and then I am going to pick up my other half because we're going out for his uncle's birthday lunch celebration. So I'm excited about that. And then when I come back, I have some writing to do because I need to get 2 chapters done in a book that I'm working for Ross and get those over to him before the end of the day. If I can get 3 chapters done, great. But if not, definitely 2. And then what else? Oh, then I have to write in my journals. And I actually have to look up an address for one of my clients because I wanted to send her a copy of my 21-day gratitude journal. So I need to look up and make sure I have her address so I can get that in the mail on Tuesday. And what else? Oh, I have a package that I'm expecting from Amazon. I think it said between 2:15 and 4:15. So I'm excited about that. That is my Carpe Diem Traveler's Notebook. So I cannot wait until I get all of that set up. I will be doing a cooking video tomorrow, and so that means sometime next week, oh God, excuse me, I will be doing a video. I'm going to be doing several videos over the next few weeks, I would say, because I want to do a video showing you all my 2023 vision book setup. And I want to show you all the books that I write in on a daily basis when I have my prayer and meditation time. But I also want to show you my traveler's notebook setup, both my old, the one I already have, and this new one. So I will be getting those videos done, like I said, over the next couple of weeks. I may pre-record them, I'm not sure. But excuse me, I will be getting that done over the next few weeks. So let's jump into today's topic, because today's topic is prepare yourself to dominate. And when I say prepare yourself to dominate, I'm talking about in 2023. And the reason why I say that, y'all, hold on, I'm just waiting for my heat to kick in. My truck warms up much faster when I'm driving. However, because I'm sitting here, it may take a little while longer, but we need to do something about this cold. My knees are freezing. But we're talking about preparing yourself to dominate, because I know, and I'm almost certain that many of you, myself included, last year this time we said, oh wow, it's 2022, we want to do this, we want to do that, we want to do the other, and you felt like you had time because it was January, right? And you said, I have some time. December is 11 months away. And what happened is the days ticked on, the weeks went by, the months rolled on, and before you knew it, we were down in the 4th quarter. And you look back and said, oh my God, in January, I said I wanted to do A, B, C, X, Y, Z, and here we are in the 4th quarter, and I haven't done any of those things. So now you're rushing, because that used to be me. That used to be me. And now you're rushing, trying to get all of these things done. It's too much. It's too stressful. And y'all know I'm trying to live my life as stress-free as possible. So, excuse me, y'all, because my sinuses are draining. Everyone changes, but not everyone improves. I'm going to say that again, because somebody in the back of the room, you didn't hear what I said, or you heard it, but you're not quite sure what I'm saying. Everyone changes, but not everyone improves. Here's a perfect example. We all, God willing, the creek don't rise, we all get older. And so we change. Wherever you are now, you are not the same person that you were 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. You've gotten a little older. You might have some aches and pains that you didn't have at one time. You may not be able to get out here and run like you once was able to. So we all change, but not everybody improves. So we all change from one year to the next, believe it or not. Sometimes it's just a gradual change. Sometimes it's a huge change, but we all change from one year to the next, but not everybody improves. Some of you all change, from one year to the next, but you haven't improved, i.e. you're still the same person that you were last year. You're just in a new year. Some of you all have rolled into 2023 being the same person that you were in 2021. You just went into a new year, but nothing about you improved, okay? So the question is, are you going to change for the better or for the worse? And that's a question that only you can answer. Are you looking to change in this year for the better, or are you going to change for the worse? Again, that's something that you have to decide. So when we get tired, we tend to lower our standards and settle for less than what we deserve. And it's so interesting because as I heard the narrator in the video that I was watching say that, I thought, wow, you know what? That is so true. When we get tired, because we all get tired of life. If you say you don't, you're telling a tale. I'm probably one of the most upbeat, motivational people you will ever meet. But I do get tired as well. And the problem is, like he said, when we get tired, we begin to lower our standards. And we start to accept less than what we deserve. Why? Because we're just tired. You're tired and you feel like you're fighting a battle that you just cannot win. So what would you do with your life if you had it to live over? I want you to think about that. I really want you to let that sink in for a minute. Push pause if you have to, but what would you do with your life if you had it to live over? What is one value? What is one commitment from which you would never bulge? See, because you have some values that some of you put by the wayside because you got tired. Or you figured, hey, I'm young, I have a whole life to live, so I can go out here and start acting a fool. I'll get my life together when I get in my 30s or my 40s. Y'all know some of you said that. Let's just be honest, right? But what is that one value that you would not bulge on if you could go back and live your life all over again? And these are just things I want you to think about. Are you proud of how you have been living your life? Again, I want you to think about that. Are you proud of how you have been living your life? Let me say this. My life is not perfect. Far from it, okay? But I am proud of how I live my life. Are there some things that I probably could have done more of or less of? Absolutely. Because that's just life. But for the most part, I can honestly say that I am proud of how I have been living my life. Have you explored your natural talents, your gifts, by enthusiastically trying a variety of activities? And I can say yes to all of those. See, I don't know about you, but I put pen to paper. That's why I love to journal. And I write down the talents and the gifts that God has given me. And then I write down how I want to use those things. And I check off when I start to use them. And I make a note. Did it work? Didn't it work? What could I have done more of or less of? And again, I'm just asking questions. So a lot of us have talents and gifts, but we just left them on the back burner. We never did anything with them, never bought them out, and we never bought them out of you. So what are you sitting on? What gifts are you sitting on? Have you been afraid to try something different because you failed, or you are afraid of how people will react to you or what they will say about you or think about you? And that's a quote by Les Brown. So I really want you to think about this. What is it that you have in you that you can do something with, but you're afraid to act on it because you're afraid of what people are going to say, what they're going to think, whether it's going to succeed or if it's going to be a failure? Here's the thing, you guys. God gives us all gifts and talents, not for us to keep for ourselves, not for us to just sit on, but to share with the world. Can you imagine if great people like Oprah and Les Brown and Eric Thomas and Coach Payne and Inky Johnson, and the list can go on and on and on, if they took Bob Yates, my coach, but if they took their gifts and their talents and they kept them to themselves, they wouldn't be where they are right now. Annetta Johnson. I mean, the list can just go on and on as I think of people. So what I'm saying is if you have gifts, not if, you have gifts and you have talents, I need you to sit down, figure out what they are, and then figure out how you can share them with the world, because they weren't given to you for you to just keep to yourself. I believe I have a gift and a talent for motivating people, for encouraging people. Now, if I keep that to myself, what purpose is that serving? I mean, yeah, I do motivate myself from time to time, and I actually go back and listen to my videos when I do need that pick-me-up for whatever it is I may be dealing with. But if I kept that gift to myself and I didn't share it with other people, what good would it do anybody? It wouldn't, right? So this next quote is by Jim Rohn, and he says, you've been given the dignity of choice. You don't have to repeat this year the same as last year. You can tear up last year's plan and develop a new plan. Now, here's the choice on being a human being, to be part of all we were meant to be, or to be all or half or some, because the choice is up to you. To develop one skill or 10 skills, and this is all a matter of choice. Do you see where I'm going with this, you guys? Whether or not you succeed in 2023 is really a choice. That's what it boils down to. It's a choice that you are going to have to make. It's a choice that I am going to have to make. It is a choice that we are going to have to make. Are you going to be successful, or are you not? It's as simple as that. And guess what? You're not going to hurt me. You may hurt yourself, but you're not going to hurt me if you choose not to be a success in this new year. You are only going to hurt yourself if you choose not to try new things in this year. So all I'm saying to you is make the choice. And whatever choice and decision that you make, be okay with it. Because I certainly am. I'm okay with my choices. I need you to be okay with yours, okay? And again, that was a quote by Jim Rohn. Les Brown says, find something that you can look at your life that you say, hey, I know I've got a problem in an area that I need to take care of. We all have areas in our life that we can look at and we need to make changes to. It might be that you procrastinate too much. It may be that you don't step out on faith. Come on, somebody, and do the thing that God has called you to do. It may be that you would rather just walk an inch instead of going a full mile. Sorry, I just want to make sure my camera's not gonna fall down. Going a full mile to see your dreams manifest themselves. Whatever that thing is, I need you to figure out what it is, and then I need you to make sure that you are not allowing things to just fester, but you are stepping out and becoming the best you possible. Now, here's your assignment, okay? Here's your assignment. I want you to write down the things that you focused on last year that held you back from being the person that you wanted to be. Now, I know this is going to be kind of hard and difficult for some people because we don't like to face the truth, right? But I need you to get out your journal and write down those things that you focused on last year that held you back from being the person that you wanted to be. Because this time last year, you knew who you wanted to be, but you focused on some things that kept you from getting there. And then I want you to write down things that you focused on last year that helped you get closer to the person that you wanted to be, but you never got around to actually doing them, okay? And then you take these things and you start checking them off your list one at a time, and don't you give up until you're done. So those things that you wrote down that were going to get you closer to your goals, but you just never acted on them for whatever reason, it doesn't even matter. Now is the time. Write them down for this year and start checking them off. Take them on one at a time. And remember, I talked not too long ago about not going to tackle the things at the bottom of the list, because that's the easy stuff. I want you to start at the top of the list with the harder things, and then work your way down that list. Because that's generally what happens. We go and we take on the easy things, And then once you accomplish those, then you're like, oh, now I got to start with the hard stuff. And I don't really want to be bothered with that. And so you come up with all kind of excuses to keep putting them off. That's why I want you to start with those things first. That is your assignment. And all of this will be in the description box. So real quick, here are some ways to dominate 2023. Number one, I said set intentions, not resolutions. You know, when we make resolutions, majority of the time, most of you, you make resolutions for January the 1st, and then by January the 31st, those resolutions have gone out the window. You've forgotten all about them. Some of y'all don't even make it to the 31st. Some of you make it by the 10th of the month, okay, at the end of the first week, and they're gone out the window. So I want you to set intentions. Intentions or goals to say, make your list and say, I intend to, and then make your list. Because you're more apt to stick to your intentions for the year than you will for resolutions. Number two, I said face your fears. Let this be the year that you face your fears. Too many times we don't go after what we want because we're afraid. Again, we're afraid of what people are going to say, what they're going to think, how they're going to react. And we don't stop to think that, you know what, all of that is irrelevant because you can't do anything about that anyway. I can't help or control how you feel about me or what you say about me. And to be honest with you, it's none of my business. It really isn't. You don't have to like me. It doesn't matter. My world is not going to come to an end because you don't like me. Do you know how many people don't like you right now, whether you know it or not? And does it really matter? No, because every day God still allows you to wake up. Every day he's got new blessings and mercies for you and for me. So why do we care about stuff like that? Why do we allow that fear to hold us back from stepping out on faith? Some of you have a business that you have been wanting to start, but you're afraid. Some of you have said to me, Michelle, I want to do YouTube, but I'm afraid. Afraid of what? Afraid of what? I'm sitting in my truck doing this video. That's why I call it Car Conversation. And I'm doing this video. What am I afraid of? There's nobody in here but me. Well, God's here with me always. But other than that, there's nobody in here with me. So what am I afraid of? There are going to be people that's going to like that video, or this video, I should say, and some that won't. It's all right. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay because everybody's not my cup of tea either. And again, I'm all right with that, but you have got to stop being afraid and you've got to step out there and do what you've been called to do. Number three, I said, develop a routine and stick with it. The other reason why a lot of times we don't succeed in our goals is because we don't have a routine. We do things when we feel like it, when we get around to it. And so you don't have a set routine. Create a routine and then stick with it. A routine could be, hey, every morning I'm going to get up, I'm going to do my prayer meditation for the first 10 minutes of my morning, and then I'm going to get up and I'm going to go shower and I'm going to have breakfast and then I'm off to work. Whatever your routine is, I'm not telling you what to do, but whatever your routine is, then that's what you need to do, because you will not dominate in this year if you don't develop a routine and stick with it. Here's the other thing. We spend so many of our hours during the day working for somebody else. I always say develop a routine of spending 1, 2, 3, 4, how many of hours you can, working on your own business before you go to bed at night. Or for some people, their routine is they don't have time during the day, so they spend their weekends working on their business. Whatever it is, develop a routine and stick with it. Number 5, I said practice gratitude, because this allows you to focus on what's going right. See, when you practice gratitude, writing in your journal, you focus on the things that are going right in your life, the things that are working for you. And it takes your mind off those things that are not working, because you're not grateful for those things typically. Well, sometimes you are, depending on what it is. But you get where I'm going with this. Practice gratitude. Wake up every day and you should have a list of at least 5 to 10 things, more really, but 5 to 10 things that you can say, God, I'm grateful for. Lord, I'm grateful for you waking me up this morning. I'm grateful for you waking me up in my right mind, with a roof over my head, with food in my refrigerator. Come on, somebody, with a vehicle outside for me to drive, for a job to go to, for my family, for my friends, for you guiding me in everything that I do, for my business. That's 10 right there. That is 10 things right there. That's why I said your list can be longer, but every day you should have something that you're grateful for. Number 5, I said put down your phone. And when I say put down your phone, I mean your phone, your iPad, your computer, anything that won't get you closer to your goals. See, we need to get rid of time wasters. I can't show you my phone because I'm recording on it, but do you know how often I go out and I love to people watch and I see people digging in their phones? Some people are on TikTok, some are on Facebook, some are on Instagram, some are on LinkedIn, some are on whatever, WhatsApp, whatever other platforms that are out here. People are on being amused. And if you want to see a lot of tomfoolery, buffoonery, jackassery, and the list can go on, just go to TikTok. Now, I'm not saying that a lot of those videos that are quite funny, because we all need a good laugh from time to time, and sometimes you do need that, but if you have time to spend an hour going on TikTok looking up videos where people are doing some of the craziest stuff for laughs and to go viral, then you could have used that hour to do something that's going to get you closer to your goal. That's all I'm saying. You have got to put the phone down, or the iPad, or whatever it is that you use to go onto social media platforms. You have too many time wasters in your life, and you're not focused on the things that you really need to focus on. And then number 6, I said use the 10X rule. So Grant Cardone says we need to work 10 times harder and do it for 10 times longer than you think to achieve your goal. But the result will be 10 to 100 times greater. So whatever it was that you did last year to get you to your goal, I need you to do it 10 times more. Okay? If you got yourself out there and you started your YouTube video, and let's say maybe you put out 100 videos. Well, I'm going to say 25 videos. I need you to 10X that in this year to really get your stuff out there. Okay? So whatever you do it. Use the 10X rule. And number 7, last but not least, because 7 is the number of completion, I said just do it. Get started now. That's the thing right there. Because here's the other part to that. You can come up, you can do your homework assignment that I gave you. You can come up with all these great ideas and things that you want to do. But if you don't actually go out there and do it, it is not going to get done. That's like saying you want to lose weight, but you're not watching what you're eating. You're not journaling and writing down everything that you put in your face, because guess what? Those calories add up. And when you're trying to figure out, well, why am I gaining weight, not losing weight, go to your food tracker. That's why you're not you're not losing weight, and you're gaining because of the stuff that you eat. Okay? If you're not exercising, and I'm not necessarily talking about going to a gym. I'm talking about maybe you just walk your neighborhood every day, 2-3 times a day. If you're not moving and eating right, then you are not going to, get the results that you are looking for. So you've got to get started. I've said this before, I can wrap my arms around you and squeeze you tight and whisper in your ear. I can love on you from now until Jesus comes back. But if you don't do your part, then you are not going to achieve your goal. It's as simple as that. That's why you've got to just, as Nike says, just do it. You've got to get started, and you've got to do it now. Don't wait and say, okay, so on Monday, I'm going to start doing this. Now, unless it's whatever it is that you're doing, you can't do it until Monday, because maybe where you need to go, that place is closed. I get that. But other than that, get started today. Start laying the groundwork today for what it is that you want to do. That's just like I'm going to be working today. I know the other thing I didn't tell you all, that I'm still working on my mind body wellness retreat for September. I'm not waiting until next week. I'm getting back on that today. Okay? In fact, I want to reach out to the people that I want to work on this with me, and so we need to start scheduling meetings and things like that. But I digress. What I'm saying is you've got to get started today. Nothing happens unless you do your part. Okay, you guys, that's it, because I need to get this video uploaded and get on down the road, because I need to be going out of my house no later than 1:30. Wow. Yeah, I need to hurry up so I can get out of there, because I'm running behind schedule. So I digress. I need to wrap this up, because I need to get out of my house in the next 15-20 minutes. But I need to get this video uploaded. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope something I said really resonates with you and causes you to really think about getting started with your goals for this year, to really dominate this year, to really do more this year than you did last year, because you have it in you. You do know that, right? You have it in you, just like I have it in me, but we've got to do our part. If you're new to watching my videos, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on this cold Saturday morning. And what was I saying? If you're new to watching my videos, I do vlogs, car conversations every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So I'll be back again on Monday. Join me again, because I'm always here to motivate you and encourage you guys. If this is not your first rodeo, I want to say welcome back. Y'all know I miss you when I don't get a chance to see you. Go out there, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Have an amazing day on purpose, no matter what it is that you decide to do. Especially if you're going to be around other people. Y'all know the drill, you know the spiel. Wash your hands, distance yourself, wear your mask. And just be careful about the company that you're keeping, because as you know, people are still getting COVID, you guys. It has not left us just yet. So I want you to go out there and just be careful, okay? Please do that for me, because I love you all and I want nothing but the best for you, and I want you to all be safe and sound, okay? Y'all know the drill, you know the spiel. I love you to the moon and back, and there is nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, that you can ever do about that that's going to change it, because I'm going to love you all no matter what. Many of you I don't know personally. I've never met you. We probably never will get a chance to meet, and that's okay. I still love you, and I want nothing but the best for you. Go out there, have a great day, and we'll do this again on Monday. Until then, take care.